My dad doesn't buy me food, so I look for a job to eat at 14. But when my stepmother demands that I pay rent, I call the person who leaves them without food. I'm a 14-year-old boy and live with my dad. My parents divorced when I was 9, and my dad won custody. Not that my mom really cared about being with me anyway. In the past 5 years, she hasn't called or visited, not even on my birthday. Looking at it that way, at least my dad is better since he still lets me live with him. But that doesn't change the fact that he's not a good father either. He acts as if I don't exist, spends most of his time away, and never bothers to ask if I need anything. It's been a long time since I've received anything for myself, and I mean basic things like clothes or school expenses. Every day, he comes home late at night, smelling of alcohol, and makes a scene over literally anything. Sometimes it's because the floor isn't clean, the dishes aren't washed, or because I didn't answer fast enough when he called me. Other times, it's something as ridiculous as leaving my shoes near the door or forgetting to turn off a light. I try to be invisible, silent, obedient, and small, hoping that maybe today will be different, but it never is. Most nights, I stay awake listening to him stumbling around the house, slamming doors, mumbling things I don't always understand. I've learned to predict the storm, like a weatherman tracking his mood swings. If I feel one coming, I hide in my room, put on my headphones, and lose myself in music or YouTube videos. It's not much, but it keeps me sane, at least for a while. Lately, things at home have gotten worse. My dad used to at least go grocery shopping occasionally, but now he doesn't even bother. The fridge is empty, the pantry has only a few expired cans. Some nights, the only thing I can eat is an old cookie, if I'm lucky enough to find one hidden in the back of the cabinet. I've learned to survive on leftovers and free school lunch, but that's just one meal a day, and it's not enough. Hunger torments me on weekends when I don't have school to rely on. Desperation led me to start looking for food behind local restaurants. At first, the shame burned inside me like acid, but hunger makes you do things you never thought possible. I quickly learned which places threw out food at the end of the night, half-eaten sandwiches, bread leftovers, and takeout containers. Yes, it's embarrassing, I know, but it keeps me alive. As the days passed, I realized I couldn't keep living like this. What if someone from school saw me digging through the trash for food? I needed some kind of security, so I started looking for a job. After weeks of searching, I finally got a part-time job at a local convenience store. It's not much, just a few hours after school stocking shelves and working the register. The pay is barely above minimum wage, but at least it's something. Now I can eat decent food, bread, milk, even some snacks. It feels good to have that little bit of control over my life, like I finally managed to reclaim something from this chaos. But working after school comes at a price. I'm constantly exhausted, barely keeping up with homework or staying awake in class. I'm falling behind, and the teachers have started asking questions. I lie and tell them everything is fine. Fine, what else can I say? That I have no choice but to work because otherwise I don't eat? No one wants to hear that, and even if they did, what would they do? Then everything changed the day I came home and found a stranger sitting in my living room. She was pretty, with long dark hair and perfectly manicured nails. I could smell her floral perfume from the door, overpowering the familiar damp smell of our house. She looked at me and smiled in a way that sent a shiver down my spine. I didn't know it then, but that was the first time I met Hannah, my dad's new wife. Turns out, while I was working hard just to put food on the table, my father had secretly gotten married without even telling me. He hadn't even mentioned he was dating someone, let alone that he was